Hi guys, welcome to the Lucas Roof Studio. We make leather goods and are based in Walsall in the heart of England. So today I'm going to show you how to make one of our leather journals using our Make Your Own Leather Journal kit. All of our leather journal kits come in a brown box and I'll get straight to it. This is how it's all presented. So you'll have a piece of leather with a strap, some thread, needle on the thread, instructions and paper. On the back of the instructions you'll see there's a diagram, so this will have kind of like a dot to dot. It will say like B3 to A1 and it'll lead you through that process with step by step in the instructions. Today I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm going to be doing the same thing but I just won't be using that terminology. All of our paper and leather has been pre-punched, so what we're going to be doing is basically sewing it all together. Your leather, because it's been rolled up, might be like poking out of the edges, but it's very malleable, so you can just kind of fold it back into place, try and get it nice and straight. So, first of all, let's unravel our thread. You will notice that it's a little bit waxy, so it's wax polyester thread, which crumbles sometimes because the wax has dried, so you might see me blowing on the paper throughout the video. It's because I'm getting rid of that basically. And now I'm just running my hands through it to get rid of those crumbles. Now to start, you'll see that there's 4 sets of 4 holes on your piece of leather. We want them on the left side. So we're going to get our first pad and go through the second top hole, straight through with your needle and thread. This will then go into the second top hole on the right, which is right there. So you'll see there's 3 holes on the left and there's another set of 4 holes just above. We're going to pull that straight through and we're going to leave about 8 inches on top just so we can pull it tight throughout, and then at the end we tie a knot. Now you should be through to the outside of the leather. What we're going to do is go down the spine and then go straight through on the outside all the way through to the next hole in the paper, which is beneath the one that you've just gone through. Just going to pull that all through and then pull it tight, and then pull this loose bit of thread tight as well and leave it up there so it's out of the way. We're going to go straight beneath and just go through the hole parallel in the piece of leather. Again, pull it tight. Now we're going to go to the hole that's just on the right, next to the hole that you've just come out of. We're then going to add our next paper pad. So you're going to go through the bottom hole, pull it all the way through, just keep it tight again. Then we're going to go up and back through a piece of leather. And again, straight through the hole just above that, straight through the paper. All the way to the top and straight through to the back of the leather. You will notice that there is a hole here. Don't worry, you're not supposed to have gone through that yet. We'll go through that at the end. What we're going to do now is go through the other hole that's next to it, and then we're going to add in our next paper pad. So this is your third paper pad. I'm going to pull that straight through And we're going to repeat the process that we've done so far. So going in and out all the way down. And just continuously trying to pull it tight. We want it so it's nice and tight on the spine of the book. If it's not, it doesn't affect the bind, but I think it looks better nice and tight rather than loose. It's my personal preference. Straight through the bottom hole. Back through to the outside of the leather. So you'll see that we've gone 3 times through now, and we're going to go through the last time. Same again, we're going to go all the way up. Now we're going to go through the final hole up here. So you'll have all 4 pads sewn into your piece of leather, which should look like this. Now it gets a bit trickier. So what we're going to do is go back through. So both of the middle lines of thread are going to be doubled up, but the outside pieces, we're just going to have a single line of thread. Next to where you've just come out on the back of the leather, we're going to go back through. So if you push it straight through, hopefully, see, it hasn't worked for me. I wanted it to come straight through every page, but that's missed a page. So what we're going to do is pull it back, not all the way, just a little bit, just so we can get that last page, and then pull it all the way through. Again, just keeping it tight. We're going to go straight down, the same process that we've done so far. Down again, just try not to go through the thread that you've already put there. If you do, you can either pull it back through, or if it's only like a little bit, it doesn't really matter too much. Thread is 1 millimeter thick, so it's very durable. Gonna go all the way to the bottom, pull it through again. I like to always pull the thread out of the way because it can knot if it's just lying around, and then it's quite hard to untangle. So we're going to carry on, go sideways into the second middle pad, and then we're going to do the same process, go all the way back up. Keeping it tight. So sometimes this might happen. So you've gone through the piece of leather, but then you haven't gone through your paper pad. What you want to do is just pull that needle back, but not all the way back, and just kind of have a little fiddle around, and you'll find your way through. Straight to the top again. And if you ever find it hard to pull your needle through, just give it a bit of a wiggle, and what that'll do is just stretch the hole in the leather so that it can come through nice and easy. Now, what we're going to do is go back to this loose piece of thread and just pull it all tight so that all these pads are nice and secure. And then we're going to go through the final hole that we left at the beginning, straight through there, into the pad the other side. And then what we're going to do is pull both bits nice and tight. And then we're going to do just a normal knot. I like to double up just to give it that extra bit of strength. A shoelace knot-ish. After that, what we're going to do is cut off our thread. So, I would leave about 2 centimeters. Right, now you've got all your pads sewn in, what I would do is just flatten out the leather on the outside, just to encourage that mold of the book shape. Trim the edges, you don't have to do this, but sometimes there's loose bits of leather, as you might be able to see. I'm just gonna trim that off, and I'm gonna do it to all 4 edges, just so that it looks the same. If you've ordered one of our natural edge books, you might not want to do it on the outside, just to keep that natural vibe. This is one of our curved edge books. As you can see here, there's a mark on the leather. Don't worry, what you can do is just rub that out, just apply a bit of friction. Our leather is quite waxy, so it can get surface marks, but giving it a bit of friction brings up the wax and gets rid of little marks like that. Grab any sort of cloth and rub the spine of your book. I just do it because it gets rid of any remaining wax flakes. Now what we're going to do is add our strap. Doesn't matter which end of strap you use. Right into the slit that will be in the middle, and then whatever way you want to tie a knot in, you can. What I do is I go through the outside of the book and do about 2 inches, and then I bring that piece and then loop it and then back through. I then pull it so that it's on the inside, and then I just pull it nice and tight, just so that bit's hidden away, and you can see it there, just like that. You can trim that off if you want. And then I like to wrap it around twice. Some people wrap it around once. And then you can trim your strap to however long you want it. I usually go for around about here. Oh. See, I've just marked it with the scissors, but I can just rub that out. And there you have it, your own leather journal. I hope you enjoyed making it. I know it can get a bit complicated. Some people prefer to watch, and then some people prefer to do the diagram. Hopefully seeing this video is really helpful. If you ever come to any of our shows, do come and say hi. See you later.